The lights. This is the light setup. It consists of a bridge with lights connected by a dimmer cable, which is this, neatly hidden away from being on the floor and where people can trip on it or step on it. Going into this, what is called a dimmer. Where it is turned on with all the channels, and the channels here are linked to this mixer. So first of all, what you need for the lights to work is a very big ass power cable. You can connect this big ass power cable over there, and it goes into this thing here, which is called a power supply. You can also plug it directly in the dimmer, but it's better to use the power supply because then you can have more outputs. You can have two outputs here, and you can have more outputs in the back. So you can connect all your electricity for the entire setup from this box. It's much better to do that than to use random plugs found in the sports hall, because when you set up a stage you will use a lot of power intensive stuff that might overload the plug. So you want to use power source that comes from this kind of cable. Also the sound system, make sure that it is connected through one of the fatter cables and not just normal plugs, because it can very easily overload it, overheat the extension cords. Not this kind of, but the one that you roll, or it can blow a fuse for the plug itself. So fat cables for this kind of stuff. So this is one kind of fat cable. There is a bit of a thinner cable that is connected here. This one connects here. All the sound system stuff is connected from this. This is a bit thinner, but you don't even need to use this at all. You can just connect everything from this power supply here. Should be enough. Then the power from this power supply is here from the output. Is the dimmer is connected. And the dimmer is this thing here. The dimmer supplies the power for all the lights. And out of the dimmer goes the dimmer cable, and it goes to the plugs that I will explain later up there on the bridge. Then the dimmer has 6 outputs, so-called 6 channels, and you will see those 6 channels in the plugs that go up there from the dimmer cable. And these are the 6 channels, and they light up here with what kind of power they are supplied with. Right now they're not supplied with power, but that's because this is not yet active. To make it active, this is now, I just turned it on, so the blackout mode is on. You press this to make it start working, and now the lights are on. So in order to make it working, the channels that you're using need to be linked with these ones here and with the lights there. So at the moment we only plugged into the channels 1, 2 and 3. So the channel 1 here, which is right now inactive, were all the spotlights. Spotlights are the only lights that you need to control directly, that you actually need the dimmer for. And That is because they're basically turned on and off, or you can control the intensity of electricity to control their luminosity. So I can turn them completely on, and they're the brightest lights that we have. Completely off, or you can slowly turn them on, turn them off. You can control as strong as you want them to be. And this is strictly controlled by the power. This is the simplest thing. So as I move as I turn on the spotlights or turn them off, the channel 1 gets more electricity or less electricity. So this is the only way how spotlights are controlled. Simple. Then, if you want, right now the one controlling the spotlights, these two are broken by the way, so don't use them, is channel number 3. The channel number 3 will turn on and off the spotlights. But to do that, you need to link the, actually this is, I don't know if this is address or channel, but the one on the mixer, you need to link to the channel 1 where the spotlights are physically plugged into, by doing some clever patching. And you will patch channel 3, that's not the spotlights. 4 and 5 we're not even using. So channel 1, which is the spotlights, to address number 3, and this here is address number 3. So this is why address number 3 controls the spotlights, because it is patched to channel 1. I hope this is clear. So you need to program here which of these addresses on the mixer will control the channel. And this is the way that you control the spotlights. And that's just the spotlights. The rest of the lights, which are the LEDs, are controlled in a different way. The LEDs, and in this case we also have one moving head that does this spinning and turning move. They are controlled in a way that you plug them in with this cable. This is well, it's basically the same cable as the sound system cable. I'll just unplug it to show. Has these 3 holes and has these 3 plugs. The XLR cable. But the XLR cable is not the best for this because it's not sensitive enough. But we should use something called DMX cable. We actually have some, but we don't have enough. This is actually DMX cable because it says. But the rest of them are just normal XLR cables, and they work, but they're maybe not the best. But it's what we have, so we need to use that. And they are connected to the dimmer output, DMX output, from the dimmer. And then you need to connect the DMX input, which is the same cable that goes into the mixer for the lights. Then, so like I mentioned before, this was the spotlights, but you have a lot more channels, and you can program the other lights to be on the other channels. So right now the LED lights are on channels 4 to 7. So 4, I don't know what it is, it's something automatic, but I never use it. There is the red on channel 5, green on channel 6, and blue on channel 7. how it is connected is entirely different than the spotlights. So first of all, you need the power for them, and they should always be at full power, not like the spotlights, which you control by putting power up and down. The LEDs should always have full power, so make sure to connect them into another channel, not the same one as the spotlights, and give that channel always full power. So for now we have connected all the LEDs to channels 2 and 3, also the moving head, so they always have full power, and then they are controlled through here, but not with the power, but instead with this cable, the XLR DMX cable, that passes on the information. And then yeah, you control it with this. The way you program it is not here, is not there, it's on the lights themselves, and I'm going to show how to do that in the next video. Then this mixer, it can also be programmed, but I'm not going to go into that.